Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. I am doing a reading down here. I feel like it's a good sign. It's 1:11 and I just turned on the video. Um, I don't feel like I misheard my godmother, but then I was moving stuff upstairs and then um, my godfather, he was like saying that no one was coming, so I could just go back in the basement, um, or go back to the room where I was staying in. So I, my godfather, he is technically, I guess not technically retired, because I think he took some hours to work, and so he's still doing that. Um, So I am down here. I thought it would be a little relaxing today because I was surprised that my sweater finished drying. I had it with the towel to help it dry because I was blocking it and setting and having the yarn blossom and relax. And it dried really quickly. Uh, I feel like the more garments I make, the more I'm just like, this is my favorite because I learn new things and the techniques, and it just looks that much exactly what I was looking for. So, um, and living in that moment too, I, I technically have a small yarn package coming in on Monday. It's been some time because it's coming from Ukraine. I've been kind of gradually, well, this is the second time, but I would like to gradually stock up on some of the 7.5 ounce balls of yarn, and it's super cheap and it's untreated wool. That's the type that I usually go for, and I wanted to have those for mainly the garments. Of course, I will use it for the contrast colors too, but I just feel like it's going to be cost effective to use it for that. And I wanted to see if I could have some for like future test knits, so I have it on hand. I had to get to my storage unit. I had to get winter tires because my storage unit is a couple hours away and I'm supposed to be moving it and I just haven't moved it yet. So I've been a little bad because I have been getting some things that I don't have because it's in my storage unit, like I have a lot of yarn in my storage unit. It's in a box and it's like in a really inconvenient place that I haven't gotten to yet. It's like I have to climb over stuff. And my storage unit isn't even like, it's the size of basically half this room. So it's a good size. It's mainly the furniture that I'm trying to. I had to get the furniture out of there. But there's another one that I was thinking about too. It's also by the same designer that I just did the test knit for, and I'll get to the reading. Um, it is the Pavok sweater for pullover. So it, I feel like it would be a good time to do it. I don't know if you could see there. That's the inspiration. the straw um, that you would put together and then you would burn. And I I have I just started my Alapaslopi Icelandic wool sweater. That one will be one for the outdoors because it's the Icelandic wool and it tends to be like waterproof and super warm. Like the water can like sit on the yarn and it'll sit on the garment and it could take a while for you to soak it to if you're trying to block it, but you could also block it in the snow too. But it's not snowing right now. Oh, and I haven't finished it either. But I figured that would be a good one to have, and I was thinking maybe I would gradually get yarn for it because I have other projects that I put aside when I started that test knit, and I would like to get those completed too. But I want it's my pink sweater. I want it finished by the end of December, at least, because I want to wear it this. Well, I want to wear it around that time anyway. So it's gonna be on big needles, or it is on big needles. Yeah, I'll start pulling the cards. There's a really specific message that I got like right after one of the readings about talking about, well, I talked about caregiving in some of the readings, but um, it was like even when you, around the lines of even when you don't want to, still do it um, with love. That was one of the specific things. It came out pretty clearly too. I have to take care of my aunt for a couple days. One of the days being Thanksgiving for America. I feel like it will be cooler, so I feel like that'd be good for the time when I have to go upstairs and I have to wake up pretty early. I feel like it's at the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles behind. There's also the words that I'm thinking of, like thinking cap, which I feel like the Queen of Swords would really relate to that one, all those words. It's funny, there's like these moments, or this specific moment that I was thinking about recently, and I don't think I caught on or anything, but well, the person that greeted me the other day when she saw me that and I used to work with her. I was coming out of the yarn store and I felt like that day was like specifically guided because like there were some delays on doing certain things that day and then I ended up at the yarn store at some point. I wasn't that much in a rush because I didn't have like a schedule. I just wanted to get there before it closed. And she saw me and she's a someone that would ask about my brother. And I was like, I didn't really have like much of a response because I didn't think much of it. I was like, I don't know, he's fine, I guess. And now kind of looking back, it makes sense for her asking on, well, asking about him. I haven't seen my brother or talked to him for a couple years, so I'm actually not too sure, but I know he talks to my parents sometimes because usually when have to ask him something, um, I would have to ask through like my dad. So the first card that I turned over, aside from the other cards, the from that I had at the bottom of the deck, it's the Three of Fire, Three of Wands, abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time. Make long-term plans. And then the other card that I turned over, Eight of Cups, Eight of Water, a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. I feel like there's like energy of things that you have been wanting to do, but either didn't put your time towards, and that's been a message lately too. And it's almost like a second chance type of energy, or either lingering, like there's something that just lingers that in a way it kind of feels like the universe is like not giving up hope on this specific opportunity for you. It's like it just keeps like throwing it in your face and then I don't know if maybe you're like in some type of mood where you just disregard it or you don't see it or just blatantly are like this is not the time to do this and the universe is just like keeps like doing it and maybe they're just kind of hoping for that moment. It was kind of I feel like funny and like sweet because I remember on my birthday where when my godmother, oh, the Queen of Swords did come up. So that's good. The queen that we don't have here right now is the Queen of Cups. So on my birthday, I had two candles on my cake. Maybe I know there were two specific candles, one to blow out and then well, the one other one to blow out too. But it was something like my godmother was saying that you. What was she saying? I think maybe one for luck and one for a wish, something like that. She was saying it, and then when I was thinking in my head, I was like, "You believe in magic too?" And then I just thought really intently, and I did what I did. Um, it's almost like a work rotation too. Um, I'm sure that the messages will flow throughout the reading, but um, it's almost like a clock. And when one person isn't there, then another person takes over. Like it's like like different shifts in a way, doing a job. And that seems like it's an interesting energy. Because the other thing that I was getting was like rock, paper, scissors. I don't know if it's called that in other countries, but it's like the game, and you see who throws you're against somebody who throws the winning hand, I guess. And if you haven't played rock, paper, scissors, like the first time you play, you have to throw a rock. That's the rule. But um or pulling straws too. It's almost like a task that is there that might feel tedious and for some might not be enjoyable or something that you necessarily want to do. So it's almost like it's mandatory or it's something that it's a wanted obligation, but at the same time, it's something that's not really a thing that's fun. So that could be like relating to work. You have the Five of Wands as the present card, and I'm getting like winter boots. So it could be a preparation, and there could be like the brains behind the operation with the Queen of Swords and the Page of Coins, the Page of Pentacles. I'm gonna turn over the other cards because it's interesting with the first card being the Five of Wands. And in some cases, it could be certain shifts, or it could be when you're at work or whatever you're doing, even with a partnership too, that um, you're hoping that you get a specific job for that day because either it's like less annoying to do, maybe it's it can be easier or more convenient. Um, it could even be enjoyable too, I could see. Because with the Justice and the Four of Wands, with the Queen of Swords and Page of Pentacles, so with the Slavic legends, it could even be getting on that right shift or the right time, or catching somebody at the right time. The Justice and the Queen of Swords are here together, and they're associated with each other too. I will say that the Queen of Swords might be weary, and the Page of Coins, the Page of Pentacles, might be associated with somebody else. So this could be a person that maybe is like less experienced. So if it's not work, you can think about it like in a relationship perspective. And they're it's almost like a disciple type of energy where one looks it's almost like admiration of um somebody's abilities or what somebody is or um how they are to this person. I feel like the Queen of Swords can relate to crone energy, and there's a couple of queens here too. I don't feel like they deviate from that energy. I feel like it could be a queen just solidly instead of like multiple people in that way. Um, and I say that because with the Queen of Swords is kind of associated with uh, generally like a divorcee type of energy. So it can be like either she's picky, she's had it, she's been there and done that, and now if she's going into another opportunity, she wants to make sure that it's worthwhile for her, that it's not like it was before. So the Five of Wands can be trying to find that place in the Queen of Swords life. This could be male or female, I'm not reading for genders. But it's almost a saying to not change your gloves as quickly as you're changing partners. Mainly because the Queen of Swords is there, and I'm not saying the other queens would want this either, because, like, say the Queen of Pentacles, um, she can be seen as like the breadwinner of the family too, and even the Queen of Wands, um, can be. I could see it as like a boy mom, because when you have like um sons, I've heard it's kind of a different thing than it is having girls in some ways, just to generalize it. For the obstacle, it's the High Priestess, and it's since it's an obstacle, I'm getting like almost that the High Priestess blindfolds themselves or herself, himself. Maybe even when they act like they don't know the truth, they do know the truth, and it could be like disregarding it or maybe seeing or observing. Since I said the Queen of Swords first, I feel like that would be the main card to look at for this reading. How to overcome the obstacle. It's not surprising, it's the Eight of Swords. Because the High Priestess is covered. The Eight of Swords is usually like a covered or t- entangled, or something that's um a confusion card, as if sometimes it's not knowing the truth from reality, or sometimes it's not accepting the truth, or sometimes your mind takes over. So there's different ways, but overall it's kind of blocked. As you can see, there's a window that's covered. And then on top of that is the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles kind of feels like a group, like something that you rely on. So with the Five of Wands there, and even the Page of Coins, the Page of Pentacles, it can be a person trying to prove something to the Queen of Swords. Because at this point, it doesn't seem like it's not like you need to or you should bow down to people in that way, but um, she just doesn't bend. There's something that's almost solidified or ingrained in the way that she might perceive or do things. She perceives and then she ends up doing something. But since the first cards that were showing up with the Queen of Wands in the page and the Queen of Pentacles, um, since I was going to say page, I'll link that to the Page of Pentacles too, because I was going to try to say them separately, but I'll put them back together again. I feel like it's like behind the Page of Pentacles is someone that's more reliable than you think. That even though it can be like a younger energy or a less experienced energy, underneath is like a different archetype that maybe has seen or experienced more than you realize. Because with the Justice card, I really feel like someone or something and even the world is trying to do right by you. The past is the Three of Swords. And then the future is the King of Cups with the Star. So I really feel that it looks like whatever energy tries to interact with this Queen of Swords, they understand that the Three of Swords is in the past. And with that, it can be like a broken reality type of energy where something happened where it made things shift in how she does things like in the present and in the future. It like kind of made a bad impression. Something or someone made a bad impression. And now that when other opportunities arise, there's a wariness and sometimes even a rejection because I don't think she wants to deal with it. It's almost like the level of petty when, like, say you have on, like, in your phone as like a contact. Um, and it could be like your ex. And I feel like you mainly have this for when you don't want to answer. So you can put like the contact name is X, and you can add an emoji with it, like a red flag emoji. Or I wasn't, well, if it's like meaner, like the tombstone, but don't take that seriously. But there's just something that's taking over in that way, where a gentle approach is a good approach for this Queen of Swords. So you can get that from the King of Cups. And the King of Cups, I feel like to get the guard down of the Queen of Swords is a compatible match because water can help soothe those wounds in a way. And it almost feels like energy of like starting anew because um well the plants there, it kind of reminds me of what I was talking about in the beginning with the Pava, and there's like almost like a freshness to it after the burning. It's almost um it's a little ritualistic too. So the connection can be more sacred if you allow it to be. You have the star there. And I was thinking about Aquarius too, because it's air and water. There's the two of air, two of swords, being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there's no problem. And with the rotation, like when I was talking about work, like it can be a tedious process if you're relating it to the relationship too, because it's not something that's overcome overnight. And um, it just seems like there's a preparation to this. And the moon, Archangel Haniel, important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. And with it kind of a day at a time with the moon card, it kind of reminds me of like the pitch black, like with forests and everything in this area. And sometimes maybe it's better to do something when you're able to see and keep when you're seeing in different ways. Like you have some clarification, you have direction, even literal um, being able to see. Because I just feel like with the Queen of Swords, it's making sure nothing is. It's almost like if you overstep the boundaries, she'll just cut you off or something, or she'll just disregard this whole thing, which seems more aggressive with this Queen of Swords, but there's like patient, understanding energy from the King of Cups from it. So, Clairvoyance, Archangel Raziel, I'm helping your spiritual insight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. I would also try to calm the mind so you can receive the messages. Sometimes when you're overly consumed by specific things, um, there can be like a fixated energy, and the energy won't be able to flow. So you have the Indigo and Crystal Children, Archangel Metatron. You have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. So I feel like that could go with the Page of Coins, Page of Pentacles. Again, I don't feel like it has to do with age. It could, but there. I feel like maybe with the Page energy too, there can be a gentleness or purity that comes out of it. Um, the Queen of Swords. Sorry, I keep going back to the Queen of Swords. It just seems like there's um like the fixated or like weighted energy that comes out of it, which isn't surprising with the High Priestess being in reverse, and overcoming that is the Eight of Swords. Because it's almost like energy of just, even though it can be a different situation, it's still being ready to draw the sword at the very second where she or he sees something that can be seen as like maybe triggering. I say that in quotes because I know sometimes with medical videos they use that word sparingly. So you have teaching and learning, Archangel Zadkiel, keep an open mind and learn new ideas, then teach these ideas to others. I feel like it goes with the and Crystal Children and the Page of Pentacles, even with the King of Cups. Beloved One, Archangel Chamuel, I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. I feel like these are gentle cards that are, well, I mean, in the Archangel Oracle, it's more of a gentle deck, but specifically these are kind of like, with this type of interaction, it almost seems that it's trying it to gently have somebody be approached in a way that's not going to have them just walk away. It does feel like a strong energy of, if I don't see progress, if I don't see certain things, which can be seen as not a good thing too, but it could also be a person that is weary. Um, they'll be quick to react just to make sure that certain things don't happen again. So nurture Archangel Gabriel as you nurture a child. You nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. There's a lot of like child energy. And with these three, divine order, everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. And there's the scales with the Justice card that's here, and the Queen of Swords. Breathe, Archangel Raphael. take several deep steps, breaths, and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. And then career transition. Did I say this one? There's Archangel Chamuel. Oh, Archangel Chamuel comes out twice. So your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. It definitely seems like a slow change of perspective. It almost feels like something just gets lifted, like a veil gets lifted, or something gets like um less weighted down. If you feel like the past has really left uh, a wound and there's something that helps it to mend the bonds with yourself and interacting with others. I feel like this is a compatible reading in terms of the energies that came out. And I really feel like somebody is trying, or like even a job, it can be a new type of job that gives you different ways of being able to be there compared to maybe the past. Um, each thing is a new experience, each person is a new person. So it isn't the best to compare those things like with people. Um, so I hope this was helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. I think I'll be here for the next couple readings. Um, bye.